Hello, everybody. I think we're live. I think I'm fully ready. I think I've got everything turned down, turned off, etc. So hopefully everything will go smooth. And we'll just kind of chat a bit. We'll wait for a few people to come in. Hi, Marguerite, if you're still here. Come on in and say hi if you're in chat there. Just make sure I've got all messages. There we go. Hi, Diane. Hi, Dar. Thanks for sharing that. Diane, we've been having a little bit of rain. I imagine you guys have been getting some rain, hey? Hi, Colleen. I got my coffee. I thought since it's May, it might be good to do some mermaid, ocean-inspired things. Hey, Marsh. Hi, Lisa. Lisa Canada. Hi, Miriam. Hello, Pamela. Hi, Mariah. Cool. Lots of people coming in. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming to my live. If you're watching the replay, just fast forward till we're actually doing stuff. Hi, Sophia. No, did I say that right? Yeah, I did. Sophia. Hi, Eddie. Eddie, I noticed you had a new video about the Maker's color combo for this month. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Margaret, you are here, Marguerite. Nice. So this is what we're doing today. It's Vaseline Resist. It is not a new technique. It is probably more than 30 years old. I don't know. But I was watching Rosemary Morris was showing this. I think Froyle recently did one using Vaseline. Oh, there's some old, like Shannon Green. What am I? Is that Shannon Green? I can't remember. Bridget Coopson, like Jelly Arts. In the old days, I think what they would do is they would just kind of scrape it on a paper and then paint over top. But the newer, like the last 10 years, I think, use it with stamps and stencils and stuff like that. So it's a great way to use up maybe simple prints that don't have a lot of layers already, or your brayer off sheets. So we're going to use some brayer off sheets today. Hi, Sherry. I'm not sure if I said hi. It's hard. I can't remember. Yeah, I'm not really planning on drying it. I'm going to wipe it off after. Yes, it's an old technique, but I'd never done it before. So I thought, well, I'm going to try it. And I thought, well, why would you want to do it? So one of the things I experimented with was with this mask. So this is a PM Artist Studio mask. And I'll show you what these circles are in a second. But this was using the Vaseline resist technique. And this was just using the stencil on the Gelliplate and then lifting it off and then, you know, placing it down. So you can get a more fine outline of your stencil or mask. I like both looks, so it depends what you're going for. So I don't know if you can see that. So that's the one with the Vaseline resist. And this is the one where you put the paint down, you put your stencil on, you pick up the paint, you take the stencil off, and then you pick it up with a piece of paper. So you can see that the lines are bigger, which is a cool look. I like that too. But I could see, just to show the difference of the two different ways of doing it. Diane says that's what she used on her torsos when making copy. I'm not sure I understand. So I did jellyfish. I think this could have been better. So we're going to do some more jellyfish today. And then this was, I was playing with, so the background, like the paper originally had like this yellow and pink and teal. And I used a balloon with Vaseline to make a resist on the paper. And it came out like pretty cool and dendritic. I don't know if you can see that. Just hold it up. And then that's also with the Vaseline on the balloon. So I thought I'd make kind of cool bubbles for Mermaid as well. This was a turtle I had done, and I used the balloon with the Vaseline to kind of make it textury around the turtle. So Dan says she uses Vaseline to prevent plaster bandages from sticking to torsos. Yes, okay, I get it now. This is on a brayer off sheet. Using, this is Polykeen stencil. Most of the stamps and stencils, well, not stamps, most of the stencils I'm using today are PM Artist Studio stencils. And then this was, I don't remember if this was the secondary print. I can't recall. I don't remember which is which. So we're going to play today. Before we start playing with the Vaseline, I'm just going to show a few things. An update from last week when we used the Akua inks with Kathy Arbor. I was trying to clean up my popsicle sticks. So I had the popsicle sticks in the Akua ink. So to clean them off, I had pressed them on the plate and I picked them up. Now where it's thick, that is actually still wet. So you really, if you do get the Akua inks, you need to use thin layers. See how that's like a week ago and it's still wet. So it needs to be a thin layer to dry. And then I had a really fine thin layer left on the plate. So to clean it off, I used some acrylic paint and it did lift off and it actually dried and it picked up even like the faint stencil marks that were left behind on the plate. So you can see that did dry. So I think you can combine it with acrylic paint if it's thin enough. It does smudge it a bit, but that's a look that you might be going for. So I just wanted to share that. Does that make sense to you guys? Do you have a question about that or? All right, Miriam. Yes, you rest up. I won't, Safi, I won't be doing it directly on the plate. You do it on the paper and then you use the paint on the plate to put it on there. So you'll see it'll become clearer. So I'll link Rosemary Morris's video about it below. She did an awesome job explaining it. You do have to let the paint dry before you wipe the Vaseline off. So we'll talk about that in a second. The other thing I wanted to mention was today at Dee Dee Willingham's stream, she was doing some jelly printing and she was having lots of fun. And she mentioned that she had done a portrait of Lucy a few years back. So this is my Dee Dee binder full of Dee Dee Happy Mail that some I've used her Happy Mail in items, but some I've just sort of saved in here. But this was the Lucy portrait she had done for me back in 2020. I think that says 2020. And so now Lucy has a lot more white in her eyebrows, and Dee Dee was thinking she might do another one. So I told Dee Dee I would show this one today. So if you're watching the replay, Dee Dee, there it is. And if you're not familiar with Dee Dee Willingham, you should check her out. She does so many different things like collage. She does like drawings and ink work. She does mixed media, fantasy cards and prints. This was a little skunk she had done. Oops, I almost showed my address there. Skunk, although I'm moving, so it won't be current address. But this was a skunk she did on an envelope. She does lots of giveaways and Happy Mail. She's super talented. I probably don't need to shout her out because she has lots of followers and she's done some stickers. These are from some of her Inktober's. The stickers on the front there. So that's an example of one of her mixed media collages. So most of these are for supporting her channel or one in giveaways. This was one where she asked people to send in collage fodder and then she'd make a collage for you specifically. So this was made using some fodder I had sent her. So lots of awesome stuff happening over at Dee Dee's house. So check her out if you don't already. I should add that. So yeah, so that's a lot of my Dee Dee fare. I'm hoping to frame some of it when I get into my new place and decorate some of my walls with it. But for now, I have a lot of it sort of safely tucked in this binder. See if I missed anything in chat. The other thing you can use with Vaseline Resist is stamps, which I hadn't done that. I hadn't played with that, so we'll play with that today. I'm only going to use rubber stamps or acrylic stamps because I don't know how that would work with foam stamps. Hi, Kimberly. Good to see you. Hi, Anne. So if you're talking to me or want to make a comment or ask a question, if you put it in all caps or uppercase, then I'm more likely to see it. If I miss saying hi to you, please don't take offense. It's just because it's hard to, you know, read chat and do my project at the same time. Swig of Joe, Swig of Joe. All right, so I have some base papers prepared. I'm just going to talk about some of the base papers that I have prepared. These ones here, are kind of interesting. So I don't know if you remember 2 weeks ago, I showed these craft paints I had got at the Dollarama store that were pastel. And they're not super pigmented, but they are kind of thicker. So what I did was I just used a palette knife on the Gelliplate to kind of scrape it on, smush my paper down, and pick it up. So it might look something like, I don't really have a great example. It might look something like that. And it kind of gives a dendritic pattern because it's thick and you're smushing it. And then if you use a thicker, more pigmented layer on top of it and squish it down, you get kind of the dendrites exposed. So I can show that if you guys want, maybe after we've done some of the Vaseline Resist. So I've got some of those ready to go. I like the look with the Vaseline Resist when your background paper is lighter and then use a darker paint over top. That's just my personal preference, but we have some darker papers that we will use and maybe put lighter paint on top. And you know, this technique, you don't need a jelly plate to do. You could just scrape it on the paper, take another paper and smush it on top. Hey, Dee Dee. I showed my Dee Dee binder with my Lucy portrait that you made if you want to scroll back. And then this was kind of like that before. And then I just did a layer of quinacridone Azo Gold on the jelly plate, and I squished it down and lifted it up. And then because the paper was a little bit warped, it kind of left these cool little splotches, which I'm not mad about. So we're gonna use some of those as our background. Also, you can use brayer off sheets as your background. Oh, I'm gonna take this out. This should help the sound. Is the sound better like that? I had the charger in there. Does that sound better? Hey, Sandra, I'm going to be doing some mermaid-inspired painty Vaseline Resist papers. So here's some brayer off papers. So we can use those. So these were just in a sketchbook I have on the side here. So those are great for doing this technique. Nice bright backgrounds. And then also just plain old one pull jelly prints. This was actually done using these paints that I got on sale at Michael's. Was it Michael's? They're bright, heavy body acrylic paints, and they're actually quite nicely pigmented. But I mean, you don't need to use those, but I'll probably use some of those today. So we'll use those for our backgrounds. Like this is pretty dark, so I might try using a lighter paint on top of that. Hi, Lisa Mingus. And then just some, you know, maybe some papers that didn't really work out. So you can use those. It's a great way to use up backgrounds that maybe you're not happy with. So, okay, so we got lots of papers to do this technique on. And even like little scraps of paper. Like when I did that turtle, which I don't know where it went, I just did it on a little scrap of paper I had. So we can use those too. Any questions? Comments? Diane, you better get to Michael's. You only live a block away. Okay, I should put some paper under here to so you can see what I'm doing. So this is a plate that is, both of these are gel press plates. this is a plate that's well used, well loved. I've used alcohol inks on it, all sorts of things. So that's why it's yellow, but it still works as good as my new one. My new one I have on an acrylic block or plate. This is just a sign that you would put up. It's got screw holes here. It's a flat acrylic sign I got at Michael's. You can get acrylic plates on Instagram. I might turn off this one. Is that too dark? We'll see. So I'm going to kind of alternate between these. These are both my 8x10 plates. All right. So first step is you put the Vaseline on your paper. So let's do a couple turtles, or a turtle and a jellyfish. We should do 3 things though, right? Let's do turtle and 2 jellyfish. So let's pick out a background. And the garbage truck's going by, so Lucy might yell. Ooh, let's do it on this one. So let's put the turtle on the green part. These are masked by PM Artist Studio. Let's put the big one down here because it's going to be more. Maybe we'll get the smaller turtle. So it comes the jellyfish and the turtles come in different sizes. I got a seahorse too. So let's use the small turtle. Yeah, Mariah, right? Yeah, I don't think Vaseline would be good on foam stamps. So I think it's fine on rubber stamps or acrylic stamps. You can like, now that's, I'm just going to get some washi tape to tape that down. Sorry, the acrylic and the foam stamps, you can just wipe them, or wash them in soap and water, and they'll be fine. But I hadn't seen anybody use foam stamps, so I was a little leery. Yeah, you might be okay, but I don't know. I kind of covet my foam stamps. Should we have this one going downwards? Let's do that. Okay, so this doesn't look like much. We'll see. I don't know if it'll look like much more after we're done. We could even use the, I'm use the balloon in the Vaseline. So what I've got is this, just a palette. It's like one of those acrylic disposable palettes. And as I mentioned at the beginning, this is not a new technique. This is very old technique. I just hadn't done it before. Hi, Mary Ellen. All right, so I got my Vaseline here, and you can just use your finger. Maybe I'll use finger. I'll use finger. I'll just apply it with my digit. And then I'll use the balloon around it to give more texture. So you just put, it doesn't have to be a thick layer, but you just kind of like smush it on. And then wherever you have Vaseline, when you put the next layer of paint, it won't stick there. And then you can wipe up the Vaseline after. Hi, Apple. So I only practiced with this a little bit yesterday. So I'm just starting off, I'm just putting Vaseline along the inner surfaces. And then I'm going to kind of fill in with my balloon technique. So I've used balloons on the Gelliplate before. You can get some pretty cool dendritic patterns using balloons. I've used it with alcohol inks on the Gelliplate. I think I've used it with pouring ink, did I say, yeah, alcohol inks, pouring paints. So now that the Vaseline's on there, it's fairly stuck down. Oh, of course, I have a Lucy hair. Oh gosh, come on. Ah! Oh, it's underneath the turtle. There we go. Sophia, that's funny. You know, I probably had this big jar since my kids were babies. I don't, I think I'll have tons to keep me in Vaseline for years. Okay, so I've got the inners done. I'm going to just use the balloon. I'm going to use my palette here. Just going to make a circle. And I'm just going to use my balloon. This is a half deflated balloon. Miriam, if you're watching, these are the balloons that we used during your when you were my guest. So they've just been sitting around on the floor. My husband's like, why is there balloons on your floor? So I'm just putting it around. So I'm just adding a little, I'm kind of holding down the mask and I'm trying to give it a little twist as I put it down. And we're not going to get complete coverage. Where it's white, it's going to show white through, right? But when I rub off some of the paint, it might colorize those areas. So I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so you can't really see it. You have to just sort of trust the process. Hi, Nina. I'm just going to use this to just wipe out a little bit. You don't need it super thick. I'm just going to wipe off some of the excess here. And you'll see it will cause a bit of an imprint on the Gelliplate. So on this page, you can see it doesn't look like much. Hopefully it'll look a bit better after. And then you take these off, and then of course you'll have to wipe them or wash them. So I'll bring this up in a second so you can see it. Hopefully I'm explaining this well. Like, I'm not an expert at this. So can you see the Vaseline? Okay, now you get your Gelliplate out. I'm just going to put this aside. And I'm thinking we could do an ombre from like purple to green. Like I'm going to do darker colors so that what's covered kind of pops a bit. So let's do that. Let's do purple. Hey, Rosemary. I'm doing that Vaseline Resist that you showed a while ago. It's a few months ago. I'm going to link your video about it in the description. So that's just the dioxazine purple. This is phthalocyanine green. It sounds like poison, doesn't it? Phthalocyanine. Cyanide, right? Not cyanide. Okay, let's roll that out. Just gonna move. I got a bunch of different stencils and stamps ready to go. I do have some new stencils designs from PMR Studio that are available. I will maybe try this technique with those as well. It's a bit sploochy here, but I think that'll look cool. And I'm just going to roll off. When I go over to the side, that's where I'm rolling off onto my brayer off paper. And I always lay my brayer on its back, Dee Dee. So you take your paper and you smush it in. Hopefully I don't have too much paint on there. Might be a lot of paint, but we'll try it. Take your paper and you smush it. And my paper's not like, I just kind of cut it out of the book, so it's not necessarily a full sheet. Thanks, Dar. Hi, Annette. Yes, smoochy, squiggly, those are all my technical terms. I think Dee Dee gives me too much credit. I don't think I'm like an expert. I just kind of I play. If you're not sure if it's going to work, just try it. You never know, right? Okay. So there we go. We have that. So you can see here, the Vaseline resisted the paint. So the dark tentacles, those were where the stencil were. So once this dries, I'll wash off the Vaseline. I know Rosemary used a heat gun. Some people say not to use a heat gun because it kind of makes the Vaseline drip. So we're just going to put that aside and we'll do the reveal in a little bit. And then we have this is the negative. Oh, my stream froze. Did I freeze for you guys or just myself? Hopefully I'm not freezing. Anyway, so that you just let dry and then you can pull it with, as usual, with just some colors. So I'm just gonna put that aside and we'll do another piece here. I wanted to try, I thought this would be a cool technique. I showed the one I did with the bear mask, and we might do some of these later. But I thought I would try these ladies. I thought they would be cool. So we'll try some of these ladies. These are from PMR Studio as well. I think it's Suzanne Dufresne. That's the artist that designed these. I'm thinking, I feel like doing this one, this big one. I don't need that right now, do I? So let's do her. And let's try some stamping with some rubber stamps. I need more space. So where I put the Vaseline, again, we won't get the color. Does that make sense? No freeze? Oh, must have just been my YouTube that froze up here. Okay, so I got her. Let's just, because it's kind of the paper sort of rolly, let's just tape that down. And then could do, ooh, we could keep with the sea theme. Maybe she's like a sea goddess. Let's do that. I'll do this like, this is a very detailed stamp, so I don't know how it's going to work with the Vaseline, but what if we put that down there and then we put her like she's coming out of the ocean? So I'm trying to do sort of a mermaid theme today. And then we can stamp maybe a whale in the background, like way in the background. And what about, sorry if that was loud, an octopus? This one's kind of cool because it's very fine. So we'll stamp an octopus up here. I'm not sure about the whale. Okay, we'll see how that works. All right, so I need my Vaseline. So I think the easiest way to do, let's do her first, and then we'll do the stamping. And then I'll pull that. Oh, I was going to mention, if you don't have a lot of backgrounds that you want to use, you could even use just scrapbooking paper to do this Gelliprint, this resist, the Vaseline resist. And you don't really need to have a Gelliplate to do it. I've seen them just sort of paint over top. I think the Gelliplate's nice because you can just do it all at once. That's my opinion. My opinione. Hi, Kathy G. Okay, so let's. Now this is a bit tricky because she sort of stretches a little bit. So I'm going to try to hold her down. I don't want her to have any blemishes. So I'm just going to stay on the inside of her, and then we'll use the balloon to kind of fade her out perhaps. And I'm thinking we'll use like a turquoise or teal maybe to pick it up. And I'm going to repeat myself. This is not a technique I invented. This is not a new technique. This is just me playing with the technique. I'm going to link Rosemary's video below. And if you do a search on YouTube, you'll find quite a few others, I'm sure. Kind of just fade that out. And I'll use my balloon, kind of just around her. So it's not too, maybe make like a little halo. And where's my paper towel? I lost it. Grab another one. Oh, here, no, that's not it. Here it is. And then I'm just gonna just wipe away a little bit of the excess because we don't need a ton. Right, Rosemary, if you're still here? Okay, now we're gonna stamp. This part I have not tried. This stuff I did experiment yesterday, but I have not done the Vaseline stamping. So we'll do our octopus over here. I don't know if that worked. We shall see. Let's do our whale. Yes, Rosemary. Right, Rosemary said yes. And the wave, I don't know if I have enough. I'm gonna put a bit more down here on my acrylic palette. You could use just a piece of plastic. You could use like a baking sheet. You could use wax paper, just a non-porous surface for that. Okay, let's put that at the bottom. This might be too detailed to make a very good resist, but what the heck. And what about maybe just a little scripting? I'm trying to go where I didn't have any stamps, but we'll see. Okay. And then it's not going to hurt those stamps. So I'm just going to clean it up after. All right, let's put this aside. And lift this gal up. Hopefully I didn't miss any areas. Excuse me. Take this washi tape off. Right, Biddy Penny? Hi, by the way. A little scripting is always good. Okay, let's grab out this. And I'm thinking kind of like turquoise and maybe like a bright blue. Turquoise and blue. We'll try these. And should I do, or even pink? Maybe turquoise and pink. This is bright red, but really it's very pinkish. Okay. And should I do it haphazard? Let's do that. Let's just do it kind of more random, not so ombre. And we'll cross our fingers. And we'll see, because I can't even really see like the octopus. I don't really see the details of that very well. I'll bring this up to you guys so you can see. So it'll be kind of magic if the stamps work. You can kind of see them there. All right, so let's brayer. I feel like I might have made her nose a little bit big there. Ah! Oh well. Looks like there's sort of bubbles in there. I'm not sure if that's dense enough, but we'll try it. Could be that yellow plate is throwing me off. Bye, Sepia. So I haven't looked at chat in a while. Let me know if I missed anything. Okay, let's see. This might be a little bit faint, but we'll see what it looks like once I rub the Vaseline off. So I'm not sure the wave worked. We'll see. We'll have to let that dry. And then there's very, very light imprint. So I'll just take that off in a bit. Let me move that over here. So we'll see. I don't know if that one's a stunner. Let's pick up our other one. And I'm thinking maybe some metallics would be cool. Let me make sure I don't put that somewhere and put my finger in it. Metallics. What color? Blue and purple. We'll do purple here and blue there. Okay, gotta shake these. This one is Aquamarine Blue Craft Smart Metallic, and this is Color Shift Purple Flash. Move that back up into frame. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your groove thing. Hi, James. You're new, I think. Okay, we'll do purple. This is getting low. Purple there. If anybody missed Dee Dee this morning, go check out her stream. She did some very fun jelly printing. So to get rid of the lines, I just go very lightly over it. And I don't have a piece of paper ready. Hi, Teresa. Well, welcome to chat, James. I am here every Wednesday, usually live between 2:30. Well, no, yeah, 2:30 Eastern. I usually stream for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Okay, let's move that over here. And I don't have a lot of hope for that, so let's just use, what about a light pink or yeah, that's not very And some Naples yellow. Oh, this one I haven't used it yet. Naples yellow. Gonna pull off the top. That's probably too much paint. Hi, Judy. Good to see you. I'm just gonna go this way. So I don't think we're gonna get a lot of wow from this one, but we might as well try, and we'll clean off the plate. See what we get. I could have added maybe some stamping or something around it, but I didn't really want to waste my time because I don't think it's going to be fabulous. But you never know. You can always add paint to it afterwards, paint it in, and make it fabulous. Hi, Kristen. I think I missed you coming in. Yeah, they probably were. We'll see. We will see, Diane. So that's very faint. So I wouldn't, I mean, that's going to maybe be the base for adding more from that stencil. All right. And there's our pickup print from the turtle and the jellyfish. So that's kind of a grungy look. I'm not sure if the balloon is making any difference or not. Not 100% convinced. Let's see if this is dry. Seems pretty dry. I feel like I should be able to wipe off the, let's try it. So here I'm wiping off the Vaseline. If you guys can see the difference there. So here you can see the balloon outline now. See when I rub the Vaseline off? I think that's what it is. Then remember I said where the paper was white, some of the paint we could probably fill it in. So I don't think I used the balloon in the middle here very much. So that's the basic idea. Do you agree, Rosemary? So kind of makes it more luminous. Here, because I had like a dark purple in the middle, his head kind of blended into that. Because this was just a burr off sheet. All right, let's see. I don't think this one's ready though. Is this one ready? Let's see. That might be. Let's try. Nope, I just wiped it. I don't think it was ready. I think I just wiped off the wave. Maybe we should let that sit a little bit longer. Okay, let's sit that, wait a bit. Oh, it's so tempting though. This is where the script was. I want to try it. I want to try it. No, it's not dry yet. I'm going to use a heat gun just because I don't feel patient. Yeah, there is the Vaseline. Kristen, the Vaseline does a resist. So I'm just going to move my jelly plate out of the way while I do the heat gun. So Rosemary used a heat gun, so I'm going to try it. I know I saw other people said don't use a heat gun because it'll melt the Vaseline. I already wrecked the wave down here. But we can always re-stamp it. I don't think I had enough Vaseline on those stamps. Okay. Okay, that's the balloon texture. The scripting looks really good. I don't know if I'm just wiping off the paint. I think I'm just wiping off the paint again. Well, this one was a fail. Or maybe I just wasn't. I didn't wait long enough. I don't know. All right, let's try her face. Should I dry it a bit more, Rosemary? Gosh. Heat gun. I obliterated the poor whale. He was doing okay. So I'm not using that heat gun on the jelly plate. That's just on the paper. So that's more the idea. Let's see. Definitely going to try the script stamp again. I think it's pretty cool, but I totally destroyed that wave. I attempted to try it again because I'm stubborn that way. Well, you can see the, just going to rub lightly. You can sort of see the octopus coming out. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I'll wait. We can maybe try to smudge it again later. You see, the octopus almost worked. The scripting looks super cool where I didn't rub it off. And then the, I'll probably try to rub a little bit more later. It's just, I think the paint's not quite dry. All right. You win some, you lose some. And this one we're going to pull. This is going to be a nothing print, but what we could do is we could do another layer of resist on there. You can actually, you can see the octopus there and the scripting. The wave didn't work, so I don't think I rubbed it off. I just don't think it worked. So what we could do, I'm tempted to, let's do the lady again. Let's do another resist. And then we could fill it in with black. Do you guys want to try that? Or dark blue? I told you guys I'm stubborn. I do want to keep, we could put more scripting. Let's just put scripting everywhere. Let's do that. Okay, let me just bring this out. Okay, let's try this again. I'm determined. Rosemary said she would use a brayer to apply Vaseline to stamps. Okay, I'll do that. I will do that. We'll do the scripting stamp. Oops. So because this is very detailed, I kind of have to hold it down. We'll do that, Rosemary. I shall use a brayer. I shall use a brayer. And we'll just fill her in with the, maybe we could try the wave again on the bottom. Let's give the wave another go. So we're going to use a dark color to pick this up, probably like a dark, maybe a dark blue and a bright blue this time. Okay, I think I've got that everywhere. Okay, let's use the balloon again, just in a few spots around her, just to give it a little bit of fade out, maybe. That's a balloon with the Vaseline. Okay, and then we will use the brayer. Now I'll just use my small brayer for the Vaseline. Let's do the wave. Let's try it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Okay, let's try the stamp here. And I've got this paper just on top of a Gelliplate. Dark blue, yes, Janet. Yes, ma'am. Yes, boss. So I don't know. I can't see if that worked. And then we'll brayer on the script stamp and put that all over the place. I kind of like, I feel like, you know, I'm just going to kind of like block out where I like where I like how the text worked. It's going to block out a few little areas, and then we'll, I think I need more Vaseline. Okay, and then so we should have like different different colors of scripting since we're layering it. Oh, I think that was upside down. Oh well. Okay. And I can wipe off a little bit here because that's very thick. Okay. Thanks, Dar. Okay, I'll lift that off. And, oops, I put it right in the Vaseline. And then, oh, it's interesting because the scripting, the Vaseline actually pulled up some ink that was maybe on there. So that might, we'll see what happens. I'm going to wipe this before I forget there's Vaseline on it. Oh, Janet, I know you're bossy. Okay. Dark blue. Maybe Prussian blue to like a brilliant blue might be cool. This blue is transparent, and this blue is, I feel like it's opaque. So let's do the dark blue and the transparent blue. We'll see. We'll see if we get a siren from the deep or not. Move this out of the way. And then I want to use one of those other papers I made. Well, that's way too much paint. So when you're I don't know about you guys, but when I'm jelly plating, I can lose track of time. It's just so much fun to play. So this might look green because my plate is yellow, but don't worry too much about it. Take two. Take two is a charm, right? And that's the thing with jelly printing is that you can usually do something to make it usable. I mean, I don't know if this is going to be usable. Hello, Caden. I know, right, Teresa? That Janet. Okay. So let's just do that. So we definitely got some stuff happening, and then we're going to let that dry fully before we wipe it. So a lot of that sploochy paint there is going to wipe off once it's dry. Okay, so I'm going to try to be patient this time. That we have to let it dry before we pick it up. Let's try one of these fun painty papers that I made with all the texture. Let's try, let's see. Maybe this one. Let's try that with my new stencil. So where did I put my new stencil design that PMR Studios makes? Oh, there it is. I think it's over here. I've got like so many things piled up. Okay. Okay, so these are the May designs. So we have this one here is Hippy Dippy Style 1. This is 8 by 10. Nope, that's Style 2. Sorry. That's Style 2. Hippy Dippy Style 2. And then this is Hippy Dippy Style 1. I think we use this one because it reminds me more of water. And this is actually the 8 by 10. So we'll use this one. So let's tape this guy down. So what's everybody else working on today? Thanks, Annette. I don't remember if I named it that or if Mariah named it that. Okay, so let's do our Vaseline. So it's a little bit, because this paper is a little bit warped. I don't know if we're going to get a super clear impression. I'm tempted to use my, let's use the balloon applicator. Where's my palette? There it is. I need an assistant. Annette's working on a safari junk journal. Oh, that sounds fun. Safari theme, that's cool. Lisa Mingus says, hippy dippy yippee. So I'm just going to use the balloon to apply this because I don't know that it's going to get full coverage. But I should get the hint of the stencil at least. This uses a lot of Vaseline though. So Mariah says that I named one of them and the other one she put it with it because they were friends. Okay. That sounds familiar. So that's a lot of Vaseline. I'm not 100% convinced this balloon technique is giving me perfect coverage. So I might go in with my finger after and just kind of sharpen up some areas. Why don't we, I'll use my finger in the middle to sharpen up the middle, and then that way we can see how much the balloon got. The balloon did very good or not. Okay, so balloon staticky. So I'm just going to use my finger to block out the middle part fully, and then we'll see how it looks. Okay. So now I'm thinking a nice contrast to me would be like a purple. What do you guys think? Any votes? Purple or maybe like a teal? Maybe teal would be good. I don't know. You guys decide. Purple or teal? Or some other random color. Hi, Rhonda. Dark teal. Teal. All right. Now, do I have a dark teal? I said teal, but do I have a dark teal? I have this Viridian, which is to me looks kind of like a teal. So let's try that. Now my hands are all slippery. And you get to, it's like having a manicure. You get like nice soft hands, right? So I'm just going to do solid teal. We won't do any like ombre or whatever. Okay. And I'm new at this technique. My first time doing it was yesterday, so I don't know if you should use a lot of paint or not much paint. Maybe Rosemary has an idea about that. Rosemary Morris in chat. She's done this for many years. I'll be linking her video below. So it's very close to this edge here, so I'm going to try to mimic that. And I'm trying not to let the paper slide because it's crinkly just from the way that I did the base paper. Okay, how are we doing for time here? So we're about an hour in, got about 45 minutes or so left, depending on where we're at. So if you're just joining now, go back, watch the beginning. I showed some different things, some different updates from last week's stream. I showed some D papers. All right, so there's that. So I'm going to let that dry before I wipe away the Vaseline. So it did kind of like, I think it was definitely more concentrated in the middle. And then it was a bit less concentrated where I did the balloon. All right, so we're gonna let that dry. And where's my other Gelliplate? Oh, there it is. Oh, we have our blue lady to pick up. Let's just pick her up with a pink. So in the next few weeks, I'm going to be starting to set up my new studio. my new room. Yes, Janet, pull out your jelly plate. You do it, girl. Janet, I'm going to send you this. If you promise to pull out your jelly plate, I'm going to send you this 5x7 hippy dippy style one. Because to me, this one screams Janet. Style 2. Sorry, style 2. So what do you say, Janet? If you say you're going to use your jelly plate, I will send that to you. You don't have to jelly plate on stream though. You just have to jelly plate. Okay. Oh, paper. I need some paper. Bloop. Ha ha ha. So Janet, does that mean challenge is accepted? All right. So we'll let that sit. So it looks orange because my plate's yellow, but I think that'll be kind of cool. And I don't think we're ready to wipe the paint off of the other two yet. However, let's what if we, okay, let's get another piece out. How about this yellow, this bright one? I wonder if I added the turtles on here and then pressed it on there. That might be cool because that might look like swirling water, right? All right, let's do, we could even do this. We could do like a row of jellyfish here maybe, and then do the, I'm trying to do mermaid themes, Andra. Where's the other turtle? Or seahorse? No, let's do turtle. Uh-oh, I lost my little turtle somewhere. Where did I put it? Or we could just do some stamping. We'll grab some other stamps. Let's see. We could do this. Sort of, this is kind of turtle-ish. Could do that around the background of the turtle. And then this could be cute, like cut up. What did you say, Janet? I thought you'd see it your way. I missed that. I missed it. Okay, let's. So we're going to have teal on the plate. We're going to do some stamping and some. Oh, there's my other turtle. I had him on here because he already had Vaseline on him. Let's just do the big turtle. I need a bigger table. This is going to be such a mess. Ah. So Lisa, you're a hippie. You are anything hippie. Cool. All right, let's do our turtle. So I don't know if the balloon's really adding anything, so I'm just going to use my finger, I think. We'll do his little face. We'll have like a little glow around him. So this is a bit messy, using the Vaseline. And I did watch, so I mentioned Rosemary Morris, but I did watch Froyle. I think she had a friend that was trying to tell her to do the Vaseline, and she didn't like it. She didn't like the feel of it. Let's do like just a little squiggle as if there's like water. Do that. And then we'll do, we don't have to do all of these jellyfish. We'll just kind of do them a little haphazard. And these are also a PM Artist Studio stencil. Okay, and then give that a little wipe, and then let's spray her onto this stencil. We're going to be doing a preppy turtle. He's wearing his Argyle sweater. What about just using my finger on there? And then I'll wash these stamps in soap and water. Okay, let's just, and then we're going to pick it up on the hippy dippy, but what we'll do is we'll get a bit of that off printing from something that was on there. I don't always clean my stamps if I use archival ink. Okay. I'm thinking like pink might be fun. Pink and orange. What do you guys think? We haven't really done any pink and orange. That might contrast with the teal because we're going to put the paint on there. I don't know how it's going to resist. You might just have lots of spaces. I'm not really sure. I'm having trouble visualizing. Now in here we have yellow, blue, teal. And here we have teal. You know, I changed my mind. I think we should do this light color. And I don't know if any, I don't think any of that's going to come up. We'll see. Maybe, sorry, Ron, I changed my mind. Maybe we'll do a pickup of what's ever left here with pink and orange. Sorry, I kind of did the old bait and switch there. Okay, let's try this. So I haven't tried any layered Vaseline resists, I don't think. So I promise I'll pick it up with pink and orange, regardless of if I want to change my mind. Janet says, I think the standard for determining whether or not you're an adult is whether you have Vaseline in your medicine cabinet. That's funny. Ooh, that's kind of neat. Oh, it did pick it up. That's cool. So I've got the little water that I made. We won't know how much the diamonds worked until we wipe off the paint. Looks like they didn't work very much. Maybe I didn't have enough on the stamp. These worked very well. So I definitely have a lot better success with the stencils than I do with the stamps, I must say. And then we have that left over. So this, once it's dry, we'll pick it up with pink and orange. Maybe we'll do a layer of Hippy Dippy in pink and then pick it up with orange. All right, let's see. What else do we have? What else do we have? We've got some paint to wipe off. Is this one dry yet? Okay, it feels like it's dry. And maybe I'll just hit with the heat gun just to be sure. Hi, Maritza. Bye, Mariah. Thanks for coming. All right, this is where I put the Vaseline. Yeah, I don't think the stamps work very well. Well, that part did. It's very fine though. Oh, there we go. I just have to rub a bit harder. So that's where I put the stamp on, just with the Vaseline with my finger. Oh, now I'm rubbing the layers underneath. Okay, gotta be gentle. All right, let's try her face. Could be an issue that maybe the base print wasn't dry. I don't know. It's not. This lady's giving me a struggle, y'all. Okay, make another wipe. What do you think, Rosemary? What am I doing wrong? Got a little bit of the wave there. Whoops. Not very detailed. I was hoping more of her face would show through. Well, there we go. Maybe circular motions is key. Ah. Did I explain the Vaseline earlier? I did. So you put the Vaseline onto your base paper through a stencil, or you can, if you're brave, you can try using a rubber stamp. That's not working the best for me. But, and then you put your paint on, and then you, after the paint dries, you wipe away the Vaseline and you reveal what's underneath. So I think that's looking good. I might be getting down to the paper. This stamp still didn't really work though, I don't think. I think it was too detailed, but we'll just take off a little bit more. I think I'm peeling the paper now. So there we go. I'll bring that up. So you can see the scripting there is very faint. That was the scripting from before that I used Vaseline to try to preserve it. That was the second layer scripting. So she's doing pretty good. I think I'm starting to get through to the paper though. So I'm going to stop there. And then that was the wave that didn't really work. So I think she's okay. I'd probably come back in maybe with the stamp and some ink and maybe stamp on top of those areas. What do you guys think? So that was Gen 1. And that was Gen 2. All right, so let's try. Should we try to reveal this? See what's at? Let's see, I don't know. So this was just with the stencil. It might be better to do this technique with thicker paper. Like Rosemary, when you did it, I think you did it with like your bases. I think they were cardstock, right? So I'm wiping off the paint that the Vaseline covered to reveal underneath. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Ah! So here is very detailed where I used my finger. And then where I just used the balloon, I'd say it's maybe a little bit less detailed. And then I think you get to a point where you're removing the paper. So, and I had sort of a dendritic pattern underneath there. So I'll show you guys up close. So that's that one. So that's kind of cool. I do like the first turtle I did the best, but here's the one we did. Here's the turtle we did online, all like together. That was the first one we did. We did some just on brayer off sheet. Did a turtle and some jellyfish. I can still feel a little bit of the Vaseline on there. Let's give it a little bit more of a wipe. Okay, and let's see, is this guy ready? I feel like he won't be ready. No, that paint still feels sticky, so we're gonna wait on that one. But let's pick this up with, we'll do a layer of orange, and then we'll do a layer of pink. And then we'll see if the turtle shows. Orange. Orange. Let's do metallic orange. Hello. I don't think I have time for a giveaway today. Maybe next week we'll do a giveaway. I'll be more organized. Ah! All right. So there we have our orange. And then this is Hippy Dippy Style 2. And then we'll pick it up with some pink. Let me just see if I can burn this off on some paper, perhaps. Oh, I have something to pull though, don't I? I've got stuff everywhere. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not finding a piece of paper. There we go. We'll do the DD. Let's see if we can get some paper off. And then we're also getting, there's a bit of paint left on this, so it's kind of picking up the stencil design on this side. So that's kind of cool. And then you don't want to leave it on there too long because it could stick. So that's something, you know. All right, so let's put that aside. This has to dry before we can pull it. I still have to pull that. We'll just wipe off that turtle. And then this was the leftover paint from that lady. You can see a little bit of the scripting there. The Vaseline resist scripting. The wave, sort of a hint of a wave. So, all right. So we have 3 ladies. That one paper is really wet. I'm gonna have to dry that. Okay. And then we have that one, and then the pickup. Put that together. This guy needs to dry. Yada yada yada. All right, how much time we got? Ooh, we're running low. We are running low. Did I do everything I wanted to? I don't know. I thought these would look really nice. These are Let's do those real quick. This is the Poppy Duo by Suzanne Dufresne. She's the same designer that did the ladies. Yeah. Okay, so I don't do that on there. I do that on the paper, don't I? Okay, let's find a piece of paper. I haven't done a light on dark yet. So what if we do this and we do the Vaseline Resist and then we pick it up with like a white or like a bright colored paint? Yeah, so we'll do orange on that once it's dry. Okay. So these are very delicate. I think I'm going to use the balloon actually. I find the balloon is kind of good at almost like getting it stuck down. I don't know. It's like a palette thing, right? And then you're going to have to wash all your oily stencils. But that's not hard. They're easy to wash with just soap and water because you're just getting Vaseline off, right? All right, let's just do that. I'm just holding it down and then pouncing with the balloon. And then I can try to get more detail with my finger now that it's kind of suctioned down there, maybe. Instead of white, maybe we should do like a light pink for this one. Move that up just a smidge. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm so quiet. Oh, the sun's coming out. Yay. Lucy will be happy about that. And then I'm just going to pounce around the border. So I think the light pink. Let's do the light pink with this one. So lift these up. I could have wiped, maybe I should have wiped. Let's wipe this one down a bit and we'll see the difference. So I'm just removing a little bit of the excess. Okay. And then we're going to put the light pink on here. That's my pile of stencils to wash. All right, let's do, what if we do pink? It might be cool to do pink to aqua because it goes pink to green. I don't know. I just think that might, oh shoot, I got my lid in there. I think that might be neat. It's a different color combo for sure. I don't usually go sideways with my brayering, but I just think I've got too much paint on here. Oh, we ended up more aqua than pink. Almost like a gray color, but that's okay. We'll see. We shall see. How do I care for my PM stencils? I think the best source for that would be PM Art Studios themselves. If I use like alcohol inks, I spray with alcohol to take off the ink. If I use with acrylic paint, I don't usually clean them very much. Like that, I won't bother cleaning. If it's really built up, you can soak it and then clean it, like soak it in like Dawn's soap with water or Murphy's oil, and then gently scrub it. I don't do that much, so I can't really give a lot of advice about that though. Hi, Judah. Hi, Zena. Okay, so remember, we still have to wipe off the Vaseline. So we'll see, hopefully, like when we wipe off the Vaseline, we'll get like some brilliant color coming through. So that, I don't know, I don't think that's really worth pulling, but let's wipe this. I think this should be ready, and then maybe we'll heat gun that. And then we'll call it, oh, we got to do the pink too. Okay, let's see if this is ready. Ah! Oh no, that worked. Sorry. Spazzed out there for a second. There's our turtle. Let's see if those stamped diamonds worked. Yeah, they're kind of faint. I have to rub pretty hard. Oh, maybe I'm rubbing too hard. No, that's different. I don't know. So I'm not the expert in this technique. I'm just showing you guys me playing with it, trying it out. Take what you want, take what you will. Okay, so I think that's, oh, I got a little bit of, all right, so that's that. So I think there's different ways to layer. The diamonds didn't really work here, but up here they worked pretty good. All right, let's pull this with the pink and then we'll wipe this one up. I want to use a bright pink though. So we have the metallic orange. Let's use this fluorescent pink. And I'll get my paper ready. And I sure appreciate you guys coming to the live. It's fun to have you here. I'm hoping that I'm interacting enough with you guys in chat. I'm doing my best. It's not always the easiest. If you're watching the replay, I appreciate that as well. Thumbs up are highly appreciated as well, and shares and all that good stuff. I'm just wiping my brayer off. Okay, so let's do that. It's going to be some hippy dippy colors. Hopefully the turtles will show on the front. Yeah, Penny, I'm not a great cleaner of stencils. So that's going to look something like that. We could always maybe go in with the, put the turtle back on and maybe, you know, flush them out a little bit more. This we have to dry. I'm going to dry this a bit. And it could be that I didn't get in all the little details as much as I should have. We'll see. I'm just going to dry the paint. Oh, hi, friend. I did not cut my, yes, I bleed purple. I bleed purple. I'm a royal. I have royal blood. No, I did not cut myself. So I don't think you're supposed to use a heat gun on it, but I did see Rosemary use a heat gun on hers, so I'm gonna just go for it. You can see where it's It's melting the Vaseline. You don't need to do the step. This is just to dry the paint. Okay, let's see. So that pink got a little bit more dusty rose than I wanted. Okay, let's hope the paint is dry. It's going to be pretty subtle, I think. I don't know if this... I don't think this one worked the way my brain envisioned it. We'll see. We'll keep... Maybe I just have to wipe off more. I think what I would do personally to make this pop a bit more, well, it's coming out here. Maybe I just have to keep at it. Maybe I'm giving up before removing enough of the paint. Now, if Rosemary's here, I'd love to hear whether she thinks this is better done on like a cardstock type paper. It worked better down here. I don't know if that was enough contrast. I don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe black would have been better. Parts of it are really cool. Like, okay, right here, that part's cool. This part disappeared. There wasn't enough contrast. That part's okay. I think what I would probably do is I would layer over this with maybe a white. I don't think I have time to do that today. Rosemary just left. Oh, well. So that one's kind of wah, wah, wah. Had potential. It had potential. All right. So we'll pull this and then we'll review our prints. So there's the Hippy Dippy. Again, I don't think that turtle is bright enough. So what I would do, where's my palette with all my, here it is. What I would probably do is I would take this. Okay, I'm going to show you what I would do. Sorry, I'm going to take a few extra minutes. I'm just going to wipe off some of that Vaseline. I would take a dark green, and instead of doing the Vaseline resist, I'm just going to keep it really quick. I'm just going to do that, flip it over. But first I have to add some green or purple. Should we do purple? Let's do purple. Sorry, this won't take very long. I promise. I promise. Just going to do a little mini turtle here. We're going to do the opposite. Oh, I don't have enough paint. Okay, let me do a bit more. You want it juicy because you want enough to stay underneath the stencil. I'll do that, and then I'm going to use ideally some tissue paper, but I don't have any handy, so I'm just going to use this. And we're just going to zhuzh up that turtle a little bit. But I will put a link to Rosemary's video on this. So there we go. So do you need to do a resist to get the imprint of the stencil? No. But I think the Vaseline resist does give a different look. I don't know if you guys agree. I'm just gonna wipe that. Okay, and then I'm gonna place that. We're gonna use that like a stamp. Other way? I don't think so, because I have to turn this over. So we're gonna just kind of fill them out a little bit. And we could do the same with the jellyfish over here. Now, did I line them up perfectly with the innards? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. So if you're wondering which way to do this, is you take your stencil, you align it up with your picture that you want, and then when you put on the plate, you flip it over. So there, that just helps the turtle pop a little bit more. All right, that makes me happier. Okay, let's review. So review is I have 2 stencil designs, Hippy Dippy 2 and Hippy Dippy 1, which I think 1 looks more like water. I like that one. I like them both, but I think this one's more watery. So I wanted to do some mermaid inspired prints. So we have some turtles with the Vaseline Resist. We have that one. And then that's the pickup print. That was on a brayer off sheet. I had a turtle at the beginning I showed. I don't know where I put it. The one that was in the thumbnail. And then we did our siren. So this was version 1. This was version 2, which I think was better. Very distressed. And this is version 3. So version 1, 2, and 3. I think this layer of paint here wasn't fully dry. Like really, I should have really dried it before doing the next layer of blue, but I don't mind how it turned out. And do we have, oh, we have this turtle too with that one. And then we have our Hippy Dippy watery stencil. So you could like cut her out and like put her on there if you wanted, or something like that. And maybe another day, I didn't really, these papers are very easy to do. Where are they? These papers here that I showed that I didn't end up using very many of them. They're very easy to do. I perhaps will show that another time. Next week, I don't know. I never really know what I'm going to do until like a day or two before. So thank you everybody for coming. Let's get the 2 favorites out here. I don't know if you guys agree, but to me, these would be the favorites. So, all right. So thanks for coming. Maybe next week we will do some sort of giveaway. Is there any questions or anything? Thanks, Janet. I really, really appreciate you guys coming to my lives. It's really fun to have it interactive. Any questions or comments before we go? Thanks, Diane. Get to that Michael's store down the street. Use your coupons. Bye, Dar. Bye, Rhonda. Thanks, Anne. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Penny. And I think we're going to call it a day. All right. Bye-bye.